You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, the Dow fell 7.8% today. The last time that happened was October 15, 2008. The economy was plunging in the midst of a global financial crisis. Coronavirus is affecting everything today. Today was all about the oil prices as well. Now you got Donald Trump who's saying he may want to give a tax break to companies who are impacted by what's going on. Conferences are being canceled left and right. You got schools shutting down. What in the hell is going on? How could this really impact us financially? Joining us right now is financial advisor Rob Wilson. Rob, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, Roland. Thanks for having me.
Again, when you look at what happened with the stock market, look, I mean, every time Donald Trump opens his mouth and says everything is good, it's just fine, y'all don't worry. People like, have you heard new cases that come out? I mean, this is something that I don't think people really understand that could be impacting us for the next several months. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars, not just large companies, but also, I keep telling people, look at the number of nonprofits who are likely to have to be canceling their galas. That now is going to impact the nonprofit sector. So this is going to be impacting folks in all kinds of ways.
Well, Roland, it's going to be doubly bad for those nonprofits because when you see the stock market get affected like this, those donations are probably going to go down. There's a wealth effect. When people are flush, they feel more apt to write those checks. When the stock market goes down, they don't do it. But here's the problem. When you have a selfish, ignorant, uneducated liar as a president, the market understands that they cannot believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
Right.
Now, early on in the administration, the market started to hang on every word and every tweet, and you would see these wild swings in the market. After a while, they just started to ignore him and just let it go. But the problem is there was always going to be some sort of crisis during his administration with which you needed to have a leader that you could believe. And, you know, this has really shown that the emperor has no clothes because you can't believe him. And when traders and investors feel like that they can't believe, they can't get the facts, they will sell first and ask questions later. And unfortunately, that's why we're seeing all of this volatility in the markets.
You make that particular point, and the reality is we're actually seeing this where people are looking at every single comment made by Trump, and he's actually lying. And so what's happening is he's shutting down his own health experts who are trying to give correct information, and he's just run off on his own, and they're standing there looking like, what the hell? And then it doesn't help when you got a brother who's a surgeon general who goes on television talking about how Donald Trump is more healthy than he is, and it's like, dude, you're 30 years younger than him, really? And so, and this is where confidence, this is the thing that people don't understand, why Trump being nuts is a problem. Because
and see, here's the thing. All of the Republicans, even in the primaries, they predicted this. Jeb Bush called Trump a chaos candidate. The 2016 version of Lindsey Graham, I don't know what happened to him, but he knew that Trump should never, ever be in this office. But you know what? A lot of Republicans, they just held their nose and they voted for him because they wanted to get judges and because they wanted to get tax cuts. But you put somebody in the office who has no understanding of economic policies. Why would you do this massive tax cut when you have record unemployment, when the stock market was at its high, when interest rates were very low, oil prices were low? You did not need to do that. Now, when you need some stimulus for the economy, you have a lot less bullets in your gun in order to do that.
Well, plus,
you have a real estate guy who only wants interest rates to be zero because it helps his business. But now, you know, lower interest rates. This is what happens when you drive them down this low. And now the Federal Reserve isn't going to have as much arrows in its quiver either. And so this is the problem when you have someone who's inexperienced, who's anti-establishment. They don't actually know how to guide the country through these crises.
Well, you make that point about economically, and you're absolutely right, because, look, he's been badgering the Fed to lower interest rates, and they finally, got tired of the badgering and did so. But you're right. This is a moment. So again, let's say he wants to inject an economic stimulus. Well, guess what? You're the one who gave up all that damn revenue with your tax cut. Now the problem is your debt is what, $20 trillion. So what the hell? You're going to tack on 5-10 million more? And then then you got Democrats who are going, okay, yeah, we win the White House, I'm going to clean up your damn mess.
Well, it seems like Democrats always have to do that, Roland. There's only a couple of presidents who, throughout the years, who have negative stock returns during their administrations, and both of them are Republicans, Richard Nixon and George W. Bush. We may be headed that way with the Trump administration. If it gets there, there's going to be a lot more pain in the stock market to deal with. But it does seem like always Democrats have to come in and sweep up the mess. And then you have somebody like Trump who gets in office and pretends and lies and tries to tell everybody that the stock market's great and the economy's great because of what he did, when realistically all he did was take over a really good economy from what President Obama left him.
Right, Wilson, we really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Roland.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, so a lot of y'all are always asking me about some of the pocket squares that I wear. Now, Robert don't have one on. Nope. Now, I don't particularly like the white pocket squares. I don't like even the silk ones. And so I was reading GQ magazine a number of years ago, and I saw this guy who had this pocket square here, and it looks like a flower. This is called a shibori pocket square. This is how the Japanese manipulate the fabric to create this sort of flower effect. So I'm going to take it out and then place it in my hand so you see what it looks like. And I said, man, this is pretty cool. And so I tracked down, it took me a year to find a company that did it. And so they make these about 47 different colors. And so I love them because, again, as men, we don't have many accessories to wear, so we don't have many options. And so this is really a pretty cool pocket square. Now, what I love about this here is you saw when it's in the pocket, you know, it gives you that flower effect like that. But if I wanted to also, unlike other, because if I flip it and turn it over, it actually gives me a different type of texture. And so therefore it gives me a different look. So there you go. So if you actually want to get one of these shibori pocket squares, we have them in 47 different colors. All you got to do is go to RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. All right, so first of all, that graphic is way too small. So tomorrow we're going to run it right down here all across the screen. So it's RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. All you got to do is go to my website and you can actually get this. Now, for those of you who are members of our Bring the Funk fan club, there's a discount for you to get our pocket squares. That's why you also got to be a part of our Bring the Funk fan club. And so that's what we want you to do. And so it's pretty cool. So if you want to jazz your look up, you can do that. In addition, y'all see me with some of the feather pocket squares. My sister, who's a designer, she actually makes these. They're all custom made. So when you also go to the website, you can also order one of the customized feather pocket squares right there at RolandSMartin.com/pocket squares. So please do so. And of course, it goes to support the show. And again, if you're a Bring the Funk fan club member, you get a discount. This is why you should join the fan club. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.